This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports. And now, the cameras are ready, the headset is on, it's game time.
All right, welcome to Blue Eagle Field here in Barnesville, and we certainly appreciate you tuning in, whether you're here at the field live or watching the replay at home, whatever the case may be. We certainly appreciate you tuning in, and if you are watching the replay at home, you still can win the trivia question that we'll have in the second, third, and fourth innings. We will announce the trivia question in the second inning, and we'll remind you about it in the third inning, and we will reveal the answer in the fourth inning. So if you answer after we reveal the answer, your answer won't count. That's as simple as that. So, but yeah, once again, thanks for joining us here. Thief River Falls Prowlers. It's been a while since we've seen the Prowlers here on Magnitude Sports. It's been, well, with the cancellation of last spring season, it's been 2 years. Last time we saw the Prowlers, they were in West Fargo playing the Cheyenne Mustangs. And what a game that was. I can't recall the name of the player off the top of my head, but one play that is stuck in my memory of out of the thousands of games that we've done, Thief River Falls sticks out as their left fielder made a diving catch in the outfield, and it was a spectacular catch. And you can browse back on our YouTube channel. Matter of fact, if you click the search bar in our YouTube page and just type in Thief River Falls or Prowlers or Prowler Softball or whatever the case may be, it should pop up for you. We haven't done a miraculous amount of number of games for the Prowlers, so it should be, less than 10 search results, I would think. So, but maybe we can change that. Maybe we can do more games for the Prowlers in the future. But once again, today's broadcast brought to you by our friends here in Barnesville at Midwest Bank, Dean's Bulk Service, the Pitchfork, who bring you your player of the game in our post-game show. Also, the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, their trivia question coming up in the second inning, and if you can answer it correctly, you'll have a chance to win a $10 gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, and you don't have to be from Barnesville to win that. If you're a Thief River fan and you want to travel down here to the Purple Goose, they would welcome you, and you could win that e-certificate. Well, if you happen to be the winner, what we'll do is ask you to email us your name and phone number, and then we'll email you that e-certificate that you can use on your next stop at the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery in Barnesville on 301 Front Street. I've been there a couple times. If you haven't been there, I recommend the bacon cheeseburger. Absolutely delicious. One of the better bacon cheeseburgers in the Heart of Lakes area that I am aware of. And if you want me to go try a bacon cheeseburger somewhere else, put it in the comments or the live chat, and I'll be sure to make a mental note of that and then see if they can beat out the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery's bacon cheeseburger or not. But although if they do, I may not admit it onto the air just out of courtesy for our sponsors. But no, I'm just kidding there. But we'd love to make you a winner today here on Magnitude Sports. So let's go ahead and take a look at, let's see here. No, our schedule's not going to pop up, but let's see here. Okay, we'll take a break and see if we can fix that. We'll be right back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back to Blue Eagle Field in Barnesville. Hope you're having a great day. It is sunny and 84, and we're going to stay at about 84 degrees for the duration of this game. Hopefully our equipment doesn't get too hot. There's been a couple instances over the last 4 years where it's been too hot to broadcast a game. Believe it or not, the equipment will shut down on us. Remember, we did a baseball game in Kindred last July, and we had to put the laptop in the freezer for about 60 seconds just so it turned back on, and then we missed about half an inning of a game on that particular day. But I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen today. If it does, there's no freezer nearby that I'm aware of. But 84, it's going to be a little bit windy here. Sunshine to start, and then the wind, you can probably hear the wind in the background picking up a little bit. But I think it's something we've dealt with wind worse than this before here at Blue Eagle Field over the softball season. So we'll be able to handle today's wind as well. The wind's knocked over a couple of spectators' lawn chairs, so I mean it is kind of windy, and it knocked over our camera a couple days ago. So we've been really on the ball, like making sure that we're within a couple feet of our camera at all times. So we definitely don't want that to happen again. So let's take a look at the starting lineups here for these, as the two coaches will meet at home plate here with the umpires as they walk into your camera there. Defensively for Barnesville, your starting pitcher will be Trinity Gregg Jr. Then behind the plate will be Jada Bonchis. Around the bases, Lauren Halverson at first, Sam Pesa at second, Lexi Ballgreen at shortstop, Kiana Amundsen the third baseman, Katie Newell in left field, Anna Stanford in straightaway center, and Kaylee Olson in right field. And the batting lineup here for the Thief River Falls Prowlers look like this. And I want to say thanks to Coach Regala for helping me out with some of the name pronunciations on the Prowlers roster. Not too many difficult names, but a couple we just wanted to make sure of. Batting first, playing shortstop, is Haley Regala. Batting second, playing right field, is Natalie Novak. Batting third in the second baseman, Abby Floggen. Batting fourth in the first baseman, Olivia Hawkins. Batting fifth in the left fielder, Paige Green. Batting sixth, and your starting pitcher in the circle here for the Prowlers will be number 7, Carly Rogala. Batting seventh. Let me double check the lineup here, as I might have misspelled that one here. No, it is Carly. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't add an extra. I think I did misspell it, but the spelling turns out to be the same pronunciation. So Carly Rogala, your starting pitcher, batting sixth. Batting 7th, Cora Sorter, the third baseman. And then batting 8th is the center fielder, Abby Molstad. And batting 9th is your starting catcher, Sophia Kramer. And then they'll have some JV players, I was told, that will join them after the JV game is over. So we might see them into the batting lineup or maybe as a courtesy runner, etc. Once the JV game has completed, and it looks like they are about to get started over at the JV field. We'll tilt up a little bit there, but there's the JV team. And looks like the first batter for the Prowlers is coming up to the plate here. So, no scoreboard on that, but if the crowd cheers, we'll try and get you an update on that game the best that we can. So the Barnesville Trojans, along with Trinity Gregg, will take the pitching circle here as they head out into the outfield. Batting lineup for the Trojans, once they come up to bat, it'll be Trinity Gregg, Sam Pace, Alexi Ballgreen, batters 1, 2, and 3. The middle of the lineup will be Anna Stanford, Jada Bonchis, and Kiana Robinson, batters 4, 5, and 6. And then the bottom third of the batting order will be Kaylee Olsen, Lauren Halverson, and Katie Newell at 7, 8, and 9. And that's how the Trojans will bat in the bottom half of the innings here. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Midwest Bank, got the hiccups there. Dean's Bulk Service, Pitchfork, Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, as well as our friend Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo, proud supporter of all broadcasts here on Magnitude Sports. All right, well, let's take one more timeout, and then we'll make it a really quick one. We'll make it a 15-second timeout. No, we won't. We'll keep it right here. Looks like we're ready to get started here. So we'll just go to the top of the first right away, and it is not 1-0, and apparently we need to update those team names because I forgot to open up our scoreboard. So that was the last game that we did. So of all the steps I had to do, that was the one I forgot to do. First pitch comes across at 4:59 p.m. for a ball.
Hands to the ball.
All right, now it should say the correct teams on our screen there, and it does. Awesome. All right, so now 1 ball and 1 strike, the count here for the batter, Haley Rogala. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Haley Rogala. And just make sure my microphone level's up a little bit higher there as Rogala will strike out. So 1 away here, and with the strikeout, that'll bring up Natalie Novak, number 16 for the Prowlers, and she'll take the first pitch for a strike. Nicely thrown pitch there by Trinity Gregg as it caught the outside edge of the plate. 0-1 the count. The strike button's being difficult. It always is in the top of the first because there's another function that uses the same button as the balls and strikes in the top of the first inning that it's not used in the rest of the half inning. So 2 balls and a strike now here to Novak. And the pitch is a little up high, and it just missed the upper tier and outside of the upper tier of the strike zone for ball 3. And a 3-1 count. And that one comes in for strike 2. A strike, 3 balls, and a strike for a full count here on Natalie Novak. On deck is Abby Floggin, 1 away here for the Prowlers in the top half of the first. And that will put Novak on base with the walk. And that'll bring up the next batter here, and that's Abby Floggin. So runner on first now with 1 away. And Abby Floggin steps up to the plate as Trinity Gregg will toss pitch 11. She's thrown 5 balls and 5 strikes on 10 pitches so far here for the Trojans. Swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. Zoom out just a little bit there. That way you can get second base in case any play happens there. And then we'll move the camera for outfield plays. And that one's going to be popped up, and making the grab there is Pace of the second baseman for the second out. So a little pop out to second there for Floggin brings up Olivia Hawkins. Runner will stay at first. Once again, that runner is Natalie Novak. Got there on a full count walk. And Olivia Hawkins the batter. And that pitch low, and now runner takes off for second, and the ball will go into center field. Novak will try for third. Here comes the throw, and she's safe. So she'll get the steal. And then on the throw, she'll advance to third, as that'll put the first error on the board here for the Trojans. It looks like we got to reset the hits too. Next pitch there to Hawkins comes in for a strike, 1-1 the count. Now miss for a ball, and it's 2-1. So we're just making absolutely sure that no surprises will pop up on our scoreboard. If you see a 1-0 score pop up, that's automated adjustment to our scoreboard there. So now it's a full count, or I'm sorry, not a full count, but 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. With a runner on third. That runner is Natalie Novak, and the pitch comes in low for a ball, and it's a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now that our scoreboard is adjusted, we can go back to getting the correct ball and strike count on the screen for you there, and we appreciate your patience there. Gregg will wind up. Second payoff pitch. This one fouled away. The last one, she would walk the batter, and that batter now stands on third. Natalie Novak as Hawkins now. Full count, fouled away pitch. And this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat here for Hawkins. And that pitch is low, and that'll walk Hawkins to put runners on the corners. And that brings up number 9, Paige Green. Of course, the regular season wrapping up here, and these two teams will be looking at potential postseason play coming up here. Both of these teams still in the hunt for a postseason appearance with a couple games to play. And now the runner will take off for second, but Gregg will cut off the throw from Bonchus. And Hawkins will get in on a free steal, a second, to put 2 runners in scoring position now here for Thief River Falls. 5 minutes into the ball game, and the pitch just missed outside for a ball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Paige Green. The 1-2, swing and a miss, got her. Now end the inning as they strand 2 on base, and we go to the middle of 1, and 1 error, but otherwise nothing else. Both runners on base reach on a walk, and they leave 2 stranded. So the strikeout to Green will end the top half of the first. Trinity Gregg, Sam Pace, Alexi Ballgreen do up for the Trojans when we return right after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. Prowlers leave 2 on base. No runs, no hits on 1 Trojans error. And we head now to the bottom half of the first inning as we're still scoreless here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Trinity Gregg, 6 of her hits going to left field. A couple infield hits, 1 to center, a couple ground outs, a couple fly outs on her at-bats this season here for Barnesville on the home games on Magnitude. And the pitch, and will miss outside at will for a ball, 1-0. Sam Pace on deck, Lexi Ballgreen behind her. Carly Rogala, your starting pitcher for the Prowlers, will go around the bases here in a moment or two for Thief River. That one hit up and going into shallow right, and charging in is Novak to make the grab, and that's 1 away. So Natalie Novak makes the grab in shallow right for out number 1, and that brings up Sam Pesa. Once again, around the bases here for the Prowlers, you got Carly Rogala, the starting pitcher, Sophia Kramer behind the plate catching, Olivia Hawkins at first, Abby Flogan at second, Haley Rogala, the shortstop, and Cora Sorter at short. And that one's lined into left field, just past third baseman Sorter. And that's good for a single. And puts a runner on, and that brings up Lexi Ballgreen. So we got around the infield there, Cora Sorter at third, and then the outfield, Paige Green in left, Natalie Novak in right, and Abby Molstad in straightaway center. Once again, Lexi Ballgreen, the batter here. 1 away, runner on first is Sam Pesa. And you can see the wind pick up there, and that pitch will get into the backstop, and that will allow Pesa to get to second. Pitch is down low for a ball, 2-0. Rogala sets and delivers the 2-0. And that one's grounded down the third base line, picked up, no throw will be made, and runners on the corners. It'll be an infield hit. So runners on first and third with 1 out. And now it's Anna Stanford for the Trojans. Cora Sorter charging that ball on the third base line. And by the time she got there, there was no point in making the throw because Ballgreen had already was like a step away from first base. Here's the pitch, and that one bounces into the dirt, and now coming home is Pesa, excuse me, and she will score to make it 1-0, and Ballgreen advances to second on the passed ball. So it's 1 ball, no strike, and the Trojans get on the board first on a pass ball that scores Sam Pesa from third. And nice hit ball out into center field. 1 hopper into the glove of Molstad. And Ballgreen will put on the brakes at third. So runners on the corners once again. This time Stanford on first, Ballgreen on third, and that brings up Jada Bonchus, the catcher. So far, so good here for the Barnesville Trojans as Carly Rogala looks to toss pitch number 10. 5 balls and 4 strikes on 9 pitches, 11 minutes into the ball game so far. And the pitch. And now Stanford will take off for second as the pitch comes in for a ball. And it's 1-0 here to Jada Bonchis. That pitch a little bit up high for 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch is low for 3 balls and no strikes. Three hits in this inning. 1 to left field, 1 to center field, and an infield hit down the third base line. And that pitch comes in for a strike, and she'll take the 3-0 pitch for a strike, 3-1. Assuming no double play happens, Kiana Amundsen would be next on deck here for Barnesville. And that'll be swung, and the wind will kind of drift that one foul, and trying to make a play on it there was Flogan. But that one, had it not been for the wind, probably would have been into right field. That one was, you could see it shift in midair. Take a wide right turn, almost like a soccer player taking the shot of the ball and getting it off the wrong side of his foot. And you know, curves like that. That's kind of what had happened there on that hit by Bonchis. And ouch! A good thing to have a helmet on there. Swing and a miss, maybe got a piece of it, fouled it back into the face mask of Kramer. And it's a full count at 3-2. Once again, you might be able to hear in the background there how windy it is, and you can occasionally see the sand drift on the infield. And a strikeout. Nicely done there by Rogala. Got it a knee-level strike on the outside edge of the plate to take out Bonchis, and that brings up Kiana Amundsen. As we have 2 away now with runners on second and third. A base hit could make it 3-0 here if Amundsen can connect. And she will pop that one up. There's a chance here for Sorter, and Sorta and Rogala Sorta and Rogala, and I believe they're gonna call that out due to the fact that there was interference there with the runner. So that will end the inning, and they will strand 2 on base. It remains 1-0 Trojans. 1 run on 3 hits, no Prowler errors, and the Trojans leave 2 on base as we head to the top of the second when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. It's time now for your Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery trivia question. We've had some hard ones. We decided to go with an easy one. How many strikeouts did Trinity Gregg have against Mahnomen Waban? How many strikeouts did Trinity Gregg have earlier this season against Mahnomen Waban? Put your answer in the comments or the live chat, and we'll select a winner at the 4th inning and reveal the answer And the winner will get a $10 gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery here in Barnesville. The first pitch from Trinity Gregg to Carly Rogala, there we go, is in for a ball, and the second one is in for a strike. 1-1 the count. So once again, how many strikeouts did Trinity Gregg have against Monoman Waban earlier this season? Once again, comment your answer in the live chat or the comment section, and we'll select a winner and close out the answering in the fourth inning of play. That one fouled away for a strike. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes as a result here to Rogala. And the pitch, and that one be grounded right to Halverson at first, and an unassisted direct ground out for Rogala puts out number 1 on the board and brings up Cora Sorter. So that's a UA3 if you're scoring at home. At least that's how I would score it. There's a couple different ways you can put the initials into the scorebook, but nothing in 1 here to Cora Sorter, the third baseman. And the 1-1 up high for 2 balls and a strike. Abby Molstad is on deck, and if the inning goes that far, you might see Sophia Kramer this inning as well. That pitch will miss outside. Good eye there by Sorter to not swing on that. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 from Gregg. That one fouled away. First base. Halverson giving chase, but it goes over the fence. And it'll drop for an official strike. 2-2. 3-2, excuse me. 33 pitches for Trinity Gregg now. 18 of them have been strikes up to this point. And this is payoff pitch number 3. It's the third batter who's faced a 3-2 count. Fouled it away and will remain at 3-2. She's walked both of the batters who have faced 3-2 counts. Matter of fact, the last one she walked was the pitch after a fouled away pitch. So we'll see if the same thing happens here or not. No, a nice little low line drive there right back to Trinity Gregg. She makes a little hop up to make the grab for out number 2. So if I broke a Prowlers curse there, I apologize to the Prowler fans, and Barnesville fans, you're welcome. 2 away now, and the batter is Abby Molstad. As we broadcast here from the Ball Green Construction mobile broadcast booth off the third base line. Certainly appreciate them providing this structure for us. Low pitch comes in for a strike. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 from Gregg. That one's low, and that one's in for a ball, too. So now Molstad gets ahead of the count, 2-1. And the windup, 2-1 across the plate for a strike. That evens things up at 2-2. Once again, 2 away. Kramer on deck if Molstad can reach base. And that pitch is low, and we have a full count. So this is the 4th batter to face a 3-2 count. 2 have walked, 1 flied out back to Trinity Gregg. And the payoff, and that'll be a walk. Molstad on first with the walk. And that brings up Sophia Kramer. Let me check the I believe it's Sophia. I think I heard a fan say Sophie, but if I got it wrong, I apologize. Fouled away to the lower right corner of your viewing screen there. Good for a strike to Kramer. If Kramer can reach base, we'll go back to the top of the order here for the Prowlers as Haley Rogala would be on deck. That pitch up high may have been assisted by the wind as we get a gust of it coming up right as that pitch occurs. And when the wind happens and I got to hold the camera, can't always control the button, so be patient if I delay on the ball strikes there. Mostad will take second, and the pitch will come across for a ball, and it's 2-1. All the runners who have reached base for the Prowlers have reached base on a walk. They have not produced a hit just yet. And a strikeout there, and they will leave one more stranded as Kramer strikes out. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the second. Trojans up 1-0, up to bat, bottom of the order. Kaylee Olson, Lauren Halverson, Katie Newell, batter 7, 8, 9. Rogola will toss pitch number 17 when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the second. Trojans lead 1-0 here over Thief River Falls. Once again, your Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery trivia question. How many strikeouts did Trinity Gregg have against Minoman Waban earlier this season? Submit your answer in the live chat or in the comments below. We'll select a winner and close out answering at the end of the fourth inning. And if you happen to be the winner, we'll ask you to email us your name and phone number, and we'll email you back the $10 gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery here at 301 Front Street South in Barnesville. If you're a Barnesville fan, you can win. If you're a Prowlers fan, you can win. If you are a neutral fan, watching from Frazee, Perham, Pelican Rapids, or anywhere else for that matter, in or out of the Heart of Lake Section 8 AA or other sections, etc., cross-section, cross-conference. If you're a viewer, you can win. How many strikeouts did Trinity Gregg have against Minoman Waban earlier this season? The winner gets a gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery here in Barnesville. Kaylee Olson will take the pitch for a strike, 0-1. To lead off the bottom of the second inning, 25 minutes into the ball game so far. And the windup in the 0-1 delivery from Rogala is popped up and fouled away over the Barnesville dugout into the parking lot for strike 2. And I was telling a couple Prowler fans, asking if they were safe to park behind the dugout. Well, I'm sure glad it didn't go over the dugout they parked behind. So that one drops in low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes as a result here to Kaylee Olson. Lauren Halverson is on deck. We'll also see Katie Newell this inning as well. And the next pitch here for Rogala is pitch number 20. 9 balls and 10 strikes on 19 pitches here for Carly Rogala. And that pitch will even it up at 10 balls and 10 strikes and even the count at 2-2. I haven't had a chance to look at the Prowler schedule, so I'm not exactly sure who they could potentially face in the off season. As they ground out there to Haley Rogala over to Hawkins, the first baseman for the 6-3. Records out number 1 of the inning. As I was just saying, I'm not exactly sure who the Prowlers could potentially face in the first round of the postseason, but it looks like Barnesville, if things stay the way they are at the moment, that they could end up playing Perham in Perham. And if that is the case, we will, depending on the date of that game, I was up in Perham the other day to take a look at their softball field to see if it was possible to do a broadcast there. It is, but we're going to have to either do a tape delay or find some mobile internet, because, or depending on when the date is, if the date of the game is after the billing cycle change, then we'd have some internet. But there's some talk here between the coaches and the two Thief River Falls coaches and the home plate umpire here. I'm not exactly sure what the topic of conversation is. All right. So Kaylee Olsen is back at the plate, and I have it as let's see, I have it on my stat book here as 2 balls and 2 strikes. The scoreboard in the outfield has 0-1. We'll see if the official can confirm it here after this pitch. And it appears to be 0-2, so I don't know if they reset the count or what. But yeah, according to my stat book there was a few more pitches, and maybe that's what the conversation was about. So there's a strikeout. Not sure what the ball count was, but it was definitely a 2-strike count out. And now Regala will send Kaylee Olsen home looking. And now Lauren Halverson will get to step up to the plate. And now there's 1 out. Or now there's 2 outs, excuse me. Halverson with 1 ball, 1 strike, I believe. Yep, that's what it is. 2 out. No hits in this inning so far as we approach the 30-minute mark of the ball game. Here in the bottom of the second, Barnesville with a 1-0 lead. Scored Sam Pesa from third on a pass ball. That one chopped up, and racing back there is Flogan to make the grab in shallow center where the sand meets the grass to end the bottom half of 2. So Halverson is out, and we'll go to the bottom or the top of the third when we return after this here on Magnitude.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
All right, welcome back. We head to the top of the third now, and due up for the Prowlers is the top of the order. Haley Rogala, Natalie Novak, and Abby Flogan. Batters 1, 2, and 3. Trinity Gregg will toss pitch 47 here to Haley Rogala, who's 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time she was at the plate. And the first pitch here to Rogala comes across for a strike. 0-1. Gregg with 2 strikeouts so far, and now a pitch away from 3 strikeouts, as she'll get a piece of that one, foul it back into the backstop. one's going to be popped up, and this is ball green, and she makes the grab. Out number 1. And that'll bring up Natalie Novak. Yeah, the wind's certainly playing a factor here as ball green racing from her shortstop position to this side of the third base bag to make that grab. Pitch will miss for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Natalie Novak, who walked last time she was at the plate on a 3-2 count. And this one, she'll lay down the bunt, and it'll roll foul. It'll roll foul. It was a nice bunt, but once again, that wind playing a factor. If it was not windy today, that probably would have been a bunt single. She probably would have ended up on base there. But it goes into the books as a strike, and it's 1-1 now to Natalie Novak.
Haley, you gotta warm up.
That one fouled back, and it'll become 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. That one popped up. And that is Sam Pesa getting underneath it to make the grab for out number 2.
Go, Abby. Come on now.
Abby Flogan flied out to Sam Pesa last time she was at the plate. This one popped up, and now ball green will get underneath it, and she'll make the grab, and that'll end the top half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So 1-2-3 inning here for the Prowlers, and that'll bring up the Trojans here in the bottom half of the third. It'll be batters 9, 1, and 2. Newell, Gregg, and Pesa. When we return after this, Carly Rogala will toss pitch 23 in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the third, and the Trojans hanging on to a 1-0 lead here as they come up to bat. Katie Newell, batter number 9, then Trinity Gregg, batter 1, and Sam Pesa, batter 2 will be the 3 batters we see for Barnesville here in the bottom of the third. You have one more inning to try and answer the trivia question. How many strikeouts did Barnesville pitcher Trinity Gregg get against Monoman Waban earlier this season? Enter your answer into the comments or live chat. We'll close out the answering at the end of the 4th inning, and we'll select a winner, and that winner will get a $10 gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery at 301 Front Street Southeast here in Barnesville. Actually, I think it's just south and not southeast, but got a little bit too much talking in my mind and had too many words to speak, I guess. So some clarification on the discussion in the last inning. Apparently Barnesville batted out of order, and that added an extra out to the inning, and that's how we got that's how we only got 2 batters up in that bottom half of the second. So nothing in 1 here to Katie Newell. Likes to hit it out into left field. This one into the backstop for a strike. And it's 0-2. Couple hits to left, 1 to center, a couple infield hits, and a lot of ground outs to the shortstop and second baseman on her at-bats this season here on Magnitude. And the windup. And this one grounded right back to Regola. And she'll fire it over to Hawkins for the 1-3 ground out. So I'll bring up the pitcher, Trinity Gregg. Flied out to Natalie Novak in right field last time she was at the plate. This is their second plate appearance of the game. As they return to the top of the order here, and Rogala will toss pitch 26 here in the pitcher versus pitcher battle. And a strike will be called, and it's 0-1 to Trinity Gregg. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
One more, Carly.
Not too many batters with that batting technique where they start at the back of the batter's box and then run up, but we have seen it in a few high school games over the years. And a strikeout.
Good job, Carly.
Carly.
That is the third strikeout of the day for Carly Rogala, and that brings up Sam Pesa. Sam Pesa singled down the third base line into left field last time she was at the plate. That one went a little bit outside, and she couldn't make the connection, and as a result, it's 0-1. And that one just barely missed the upper outer tier of the strike zone for a ball, 1-1. And this one, right field and foul. So I parked within 6 cars of where that ball fell, and I'm glad I parked 6 cars further away. 1-2 the count on the fouled away pitch. And up high, that'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2's across the board here, and a 1-0 lead for Barnesville on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. And that is going to miss for another ball, and it's 3-2, full count. Barnesville fans will be back here on Thursday as your softball team will take on Norman County East Ulan Hitterdal. That one popped up, went towards center, and then drifted towards shallow right where the sand meets the grass, and Flogan will make the catch, to end the inning. Might be a little too comfortable up here in the Ball Green construction press box if I'm thinking about a couch. And we'll go to the top of the 4th with the Prowlers up to bat when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back. 1-0 Trojans over the Prowlers here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard as we head into the top of the 4th inning. This is your final inning to submit your answers on the trivia question. And our Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery trivia question is, Barnesville pitcher Trinity Gregg had how many strikeouts against Monoman Waban earlier this season? Put your answer in the comments or the live chat, and we'll select a winner at the end of this inning. And that winner will win a $10 gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery in Barnesville. And the first pitch is up high and outside to the first baseman, Olivia Hawkins, for ball 1.
Stay on top here. Stay on top. Come on.
And Hawkins will send that one out into right field, and it'll drop for a hit. Over Sam Pesa, and charging in was Kaylee Olson and Anna Stanford, but none of them could get there in time, and Hawkins on with a perfectly placed hit to shallow right center. That's the first hit of the game here for the Prowlers, and it comes in the top of the 4th, about 42 minutes into the game. And I'll throw to second. I believe they got her. They did. So that'll clear the bases. Oh, 2, 3, 4 on the throw out there on the stolen base. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Paige Green, the batter. 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time she was at the plate. And the pitch. Just missed outside, ball 2. And the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Dean's Bulk Service, Midwest Bank, Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, The Pitchfork, and Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic. And the 2-2 from Greg, and that one is popped up and right into the glove there on a soft line drive to Lexi Ballgreen for the out. And that's out number 2 of the inning here for the Prowlers. That brings up the pitcher, Carly Rogala, who flied out to... Looks like, I believe she flied out to the first baseman last time she was at the plate. Swings and a miss here for strike 1. Oh, sorry about the camera there, folks. I'm glad all you missed was a swing and a miss. And that one is sent up. It's going to drift foul, and making a run at it there was right fielder Kaylee Olson, and just needed an extra step to get there. Couldn't quite make the trip to make the out. It'll drop for a strike, and it's 0-2. So a swing and a miss that nobody but me saw, and then a fouled away pitch. And it's 0-2 as a result with 2 away here in the top half of the 4th. That one will bounce into the dirt for ball 1. Just 1 game here today instead of 2 like we sometimes normally have for you here on Magnitude Sports at Blue Eagle Field. From the Ball Green Construction mobile broadcast booth. That one up high for a ball, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no runners on. And the 2-2 from Gregg. Got it in there for a strikeout. Got her looking on a pitch that was going low, and she thought it was going to be a ball, and it wasn't, and that will retire the Prowlers in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Barnesville. That's Lexi Ballgreen, Anna Stanford, and Jada Bonchus. Carly Rogala, if she stays in the circle, which I believe she will toss pitch 34 when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and IsoClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
All right, so we do have a new pitcher here for Thief River. It's going to be Haley Rogala. That means we have a new shortstop, and that is Carly Rogala. So the shortstop and pitcher will flip-flop. Rogala's day comes to an end with 33 pitches, 22 strikes, and 11 balls. The first batter that Haley Rogala will face will be one earned, you could say, as that one was more than likely not going to go foul. And then this one, unearned, as it was likely to go foul. So she'll advance the second on the pass ball, and it's 1 ball, no strikes to the batter. Anna Stanford 1 for 1 as she would deliver a hit on a one-hopper out into center field that would be gloved by Molstad for the first hit of the game. Swing and a miss here for a strike. It's 1-1 the count now. Runner on second once again is Lexi Ballgreen.
She goes up. 27. You got third, okay? Carly, move up.
And the 1-1. Showing bunt. Misses the bunt. Comes in for a strike.
Come on, Sol. Hey, Carly, that's not where you step on the base, so you got to make it big. So straddle that bag, okay? Hey, we got 2. Grab that ball. Hey, nothing like.
And that one drifting foul down the first base line and will hit the fence and drop for a strike. 2-2. Or I'm sorry, 1-2, excuse me. And that pitch a little low for a ball. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, runner on second for Barnesville is Lexi Ballgreen. So far, the Trojans have left 2 on base, and the Prowlers have left 3 on base through 3.5 innings of play. And that one will get past catcher Kramer and allow Lexi Ballgreen to get the third. And that will result in a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. With nobody out and a runner on third. And that one popped up and a nice grab there. And that is, let's see here, number 2. Oh, I thought it was number 2, but now she turned around and the extra loop there appears for number 3. But yeah, it was Abby Floggen, like I was going to say initially. And she took a quick look at third base, and Lexi Ballgreen was back on the bag had she even moved. I'm not sure, to be honest, because I was paying attention to the play more than I was the runner on that particular instance. Hard grounder to first, and now they'll try and come home, and safe at home. So they get the out at first, and then Hawkins tosses it back to Kramer, but a high throw allows Stanford to slide in, or check that, Ballgreen to slide in to make it 2-0 Barnesville here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. So going to the books as a sacrifice 1-3 ground out. Ballgreen will advance home and score on the play at the plate. That'll empty the bases and bring up Jada Bonchis, who struck out swinging last time she was at the plate. This pitch almost hits her in the right foot for ball 1. This is the 10th pitch here for Haley Rogala, and pitch number 10 is gonna miss for a second ball, 2-0. 4 balls, 6 strikes on 10 pitches for Haley Rogala. While Carly Rogala had 5 and 5 on her first 10 pitches. And now it's a 3-0 count here to Jada Bonchis. So Bonchis will likely take this pitch, even if it's right down the middle, and it is for a strike. A delayed strike call, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 3-1. So 2-0 now. And that will be a strike 2. 2 outs here. And they'll strike her out. And that will end the inning. So 2-0 now on the Midwest Bank scoreboard in favor of Barnesville. And the Prowlers have 9 outs to work with to try and make up those 2 runs. See what happens here when we return in the top of the 5th after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. It is now officially the end of the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery trivia question. If you have not submitted an answer, any answers submitted from this point forward will not be counted. We'll select a winner during our post-game show. We'll be back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back. First pitch here to Cora Sorter in for ball 1. The second pitch grounded right back to Trinity Gregg. She'll fire it over to Halverson for the first out. It's a 1-3 to start the inning here, as it's a one batter up, 1 batter down here for the Prowlers in the top of the 5th, and they trail 2-0 now here. And it's Abby Molstad stepping up to the plate here for Thief River Falls. She walked last time she was at the plate as the pitch comes outside for a ball 1-0. Once again, this Thursday, the Barnesville softball team will play host to Norman County East Euland-Hitterdal, and their baseball team, about 2 minutes away from the field here at their baseball field, will play host to Otter Tail Central. We'll have both the softball, we'll have the baseball game live, and we'll have the softball game on a tape delay here for you here on Magnitude Sports. I have internet at the baseball field, not at the softball field yet, so that's the reason for the tape delay versus the live broadcast that we would prefer to deliver to you, but it could be worse, says one of the teachers at Perham High School said a half 100 times at the graduation that we broadcasted this past Monday. Of course, Barnesville had their graduation about a week prior to that. 3-1 the count to Molstad. Low for ball. No, it must have come in at knee level. It was a very low knee level strike, and it's 3-2. Sophia Kramer is on deck and a walk. So Molstad walks. That puts a runner on first and brings up Sophia Kramer. 0 for 1, struck out looking last time she was at the plate. And the 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Bonchus runs up towards first to make sure Molstad doesn't take off. 2 balls and no strikes to Kramer. And nice hit by Kramer. Center field, and it'll drop. Right fielder Newell, left fielder Newell will collect it and send it. And now runners on first and second with the base hit out into right center. So once again, Abby Molstad, runner on second. Sophia Kramer, runner on first. And now the batter is Haley Rogala. 0 for 2, a strikeout swinging, and a fly out to the shortstop, Lexi Ballgreen. And that pitch comes across for a strike, and it's 0-1. The windup in the pitch, and she'll skim that off the bat into the backstop, foul for strike 2. 2-2 and a strikeout. Got a knee-level strikeout there on Rogala. Second time she's fell victim to the K in the scorebook. This time it's Natalie Novak. She was walked her first time, then she flied out to Sam Pace, the second baseman, her most recent trip to the plate. Takes the first pitch inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. And 1-1 strike to Novak. And she'll get a piece of that, fouled away into the backstop for strike 2. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's grounded towards third and foul. As Amundsen will glove it to the right side of the third base bag, and it'll remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. And another one that's fouled away, and it'll remain 1-2. Two runners on, 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 from Gregg. Swung on and right towards Halverson. She'll knock it down, touch the bag, and it's out. The coach on the first base side wanted it safe as she grabbed the ball and then touched the bag with her bare right hand. And the official says it's out, and he gives a confirmation hand signal to the Barnesville fans along the first base line there. And it remains 2-0 Barnesville here as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Back after this on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, 2-0, and it's heading into the bottom of the 5th now. And if you were selected as our winner of the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery trivia question, please email us your name and phone number to msportsnetlive@gmail.com, and we'll email you the $10 gift certificate to the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery. Now, since this is on a tape delay, we will, during the live rebroadcast, we will announce the winner right about now. If we haven't already in the last few moments, we'll announce it right about now in our YouTube chat and or comments, depending on where the winner was selected from, whether it was in the chat or the comments. 1 ball and no strike. Batter number 7 in the lineup here, Kaylee Olson for the Barnesville Trojans. Comes in for a strike. Nice pitch there by Haley Rogala. So on 18 pitches now, Haley Rogala has tossed 12 as she came in last inning in relief for Carly Rogala. That pitch will miss a little bit low. It was coming across the plate, and right at the last minute, it dropped below the knees. And now it's good for ball 2. And it's 2 balls and a strike now here to Kaylee Olson for Barnesville. And the 2-1 pitch from Rogala, swing and a miss for strike 2 to even the count. 2 minutes beyond the 1 hour mark of the ball game here. And that one up high to the outside for ball 3. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now and a full count to Kaylee Olson. The payoff pitch is high and Olson's on base with a walk. Lauren Halverson steps up to the plate now. Showing bunt. Ball skips into the dirt. Throw up to first, and Olsen is safe. Pitch is recorded as ball 1. The official will say that she did not commit fully to the bunt, so therefore no strike. And now she'll show bunt again. It bunts down the third base line. A well-placed bunt out at first, but it'll advance Olsen to second in scoring position. Nicely done there by Halverson. She dropped that bunt right down the third base line. The only way that could have been maybe a little bit better is if she would have placed it a little bit further down the third base line, not giving the catcher Kramer much, or giving her less time to get it and throw it. So goes into the books as a 2-3 bunt ground out that moves Kaylee Olsen up to second. And now no balls, 1 strike the count here to Katie Newell, who grounded out to the then pitcher Carly Rogala on a 1-3, her last time at the plate. This is the second time she stepped up to the plate today. And here's the pitch, and she'll connect on it and smack it foul down the first base line for a strike, 0-2.
Carly, you know what you're doing out there now. You got third on the gotta go, right? Come on, Katie. Here you go, Katie.
And the pitch, and that one hit towards Sorter, and Hawkins drops the ball.
Come on, girl.
So Newell will reach on an error, and Olsen will reach third on that same error.
Come on, defense. Let's go out there, guys.
That brings up Trinity Gregg. So both teams have an error now. It's only a 5-hit ball game here, as most of the runners on base have reached via walks. Matter of fact, only one of the runners for the Prowlers reached base on a hit. Take that back. 2 of the runners reached base on a hit, as I look back at my scorecard here. Memory did not serve me that time around like it normally does. So currently the count is 1 ball, no strikes. There's another discussion between the coaches and the officials here. And that discussion will come to an end. So second and third now here. Newell, the runner on second. Kaylee Olsen, the runner on third. And now the officials are going to get talked together again here. And there's 1 out on the board. And let's see what they're talking about. I'm not exactly sure. And I'm still not sure. Okay, so now the scoreboard shows no balls and 1 strike, so we'll change ours to match. It's 0-1 here to the batter, Trinity Gregg. Second and third, and a 2-0 lead here for Barnesville with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. A base hit here could really put the pressure on Thief River Falls. And that one will be a pass ball, and heading in is Kaylee Olsen, and she will score on that pass ball. And that will move Newell up to third. And it's now 3-0 Barnesville here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, and it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Trinity Gregg. And that one will be hit foul, and it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. that one will bounce into the dirt for 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Sam Pesa. Runner on third is Katie Newell. And Trinity Gregg facing 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one will miss for a ball, and it's 3-2. Once again, only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th so far. And a full count pitch. Got it. Strikeout. Nicely done there by Haley Rogala. Got her looking. That puts out number 2 on the board and brings up Sam Pesa, 1 for 2. A single to left field and a fly out to the second baseman.
Get the out now. Where's that first, guys? Get the out. Let's go.
That one will be a ball, 1-0. So 2 away, runner on third, 1 ball, no strike to the batter, Sam Pesa. She can reach base. Lexi Ballgreen is on deck. Comes across for a strike. Excellent pitch there by Rogala, and it's 1-1. 34 pitches now for Haley Rogala, and 21 of those 34 pitches have entered the stat book as a strike. Wind picks up again, and the 1-1 delivered inside, and the jet stream may have pushed that into ball territory. And actually, it's going to be recorded as a strike, 1-2. Looked like it came low to the inside, but must have caught the inner edge of the plate. 1-2, swing and a miss, goes down on strikes, and that ends the inning as they will strand Katie Newell on third as we go to the end of 5, but the Trojans get 1 more and they take a 3-0 lead in the Midwest Bank scoreboard into the top of the 6th with the Prowlers up to bat. Time becoming less and less of a friend for Thief River Falls. We'll see what they can do when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. We head to the top of the 6th, and it is batters 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup for the Prowlers. They'll start with Abby Flogan. Looks like we'll have a new batter taking the number 4 spot for Olivia Hawkins. And we'll see Paige Green is the scheduled batters. That one's going out into center. Good for a base hit for Abby Flogan. That's the 3rd runner to reach base on a hit for the Prowlers. And now it is... Let's see, Olivia Hawkins is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. She'll be replaced here by number 20. And I'm wondering if it might be Marissa Nadeau, because I don't have a jersey number for Marissa Nadeau on my roster here. And it is Marissa Nadeau as I look at the lineup card. So it is indeed Marissa Nadeau, the only one without a jersey number, and that was my fault. When I entered them in, I apparently forgot to put in her jersey number. So... pitch comes across for a strike, and was it the first or second pitch? It looks like it's the first, 0-1. So I was trying to look up who the player was. I wasn't sure if there's more than one pitch or not, but no balls and a strike. Up high now for a ball. Runner on first is Abby Flogan. Now one grounded foul up to Halverson at first, and Flogan will have to make the 45-foot trip back to first base. And the 1-1 is up high for a ball. Outside as well, and it's 2-1. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 2-2. The scoreboard says 2-2, so we'll go with that. Maybe there was a pitch that I missed, and I was right all along. Now it's a full count at 3-2. We'll see if the official confirms that or not. But I believe it's 3-2, and he just confirmed it, yep. And the payoff. And she'll get another one, and she'll foul that one away, and it'll remain 3-2. Hit and right into the glove of Lauren Halverson at first, and she steps on the bag for the double play. Nadeau sends a line drive to Halverson. Floggin was on her way to second. When she realized she had to turn around and come back, it was too late. Bang, bang, double play at first for Laura Halverson. That puts 2 outs on the board and brings up Paige Green, takes the first pitch for a strike. Paige Green 0 for 2, struck out and a fly out. And now it's 2 balls and a strike here to Paige Green. Fly out to the shortstop, Lexi Ballgreen. And the 2-1 comes across for a hard strike in 2-2. I should say a hard called strike. No need for a microphone behind home plate today. He is loud enough to hear, and there's another strikeout for Trinity Gregg. Now in the top half of the 6. We'll go to the bottom of the 6. 3, 4, and 5. Lexi Ballgreen, Anna Stanford, Jada Bonchis will bat for Barnesville as they take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 6 on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. And when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 6, and Thief River is going to switch pitchers once again. Carly Rogala will come back in and pitch. And as I look around the field here, it looks like, or will she? Maybe she won't. Let's see here. Nope, never mind. For a moment, they had they have switched. Carly Rogala is now pitching, and Haley Rogala moves back to shortstop. So Carly Rogala now will toss pitch 34, and it'll be to Lexi Ballgreen, and the first pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 0-1 as we start the bottom of the 6. So on 34 pitches now for Carly Rogala, 23 strikes and 11 balls. And here's pitch 35. Up high, and 1-1 the count. Three 3-0 lead here for Barnesville in the Midwest Bank scoreboard. We'll see if they can tack on any insurance runs, as they will not have to play the bottom of the 7th unless Thief River can come back in the top of the 7th. And the 1-1 Grounded right into the glove of Haley Rogala, and she'll fire it over to Hawkins for the 6-3 ground out. That brings up Anna Stanford. Anna Stanford 1 for 2 with a single to center field and a ground out back to Rogala, the pitcher. I believe that ground out was to Carly. I can't recall off the top of my head if it was to Carly or Haley. Not too often you see a pitcher come back. We've seen it in a couple of games, but not too often. And now it's 2 balls, and scoreboard in the outfield says 2 balls and no strikes. And that is correct. I had the strike on there from the previous batter. I forgot to remove it. My bad. Nice hit, and that'll be a hopper into the glove there of Flogan. Flogan fires it to Olivia Hawkins for the 4-3 ground out, and that's out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for Barnesville here in the bottom of the 6th, and that brings up the next batter, catcher Jada Bonchis. And the Prowler fans cheering on their team on the field here, looking to get that 3rd out. And the pitch, that one escaped her hand and dropped early, ball 1. Might have lost it on the delivery there, and I've seen that happen before, but doesn't happen too often. Common mistake, and nice hit out into center field. It'll drop for a base hit. Kiana Amundsen, the scheduled batter, and I believe that's her standing by the box here. And it is. And a little up high for a ball. 1-0 the count. We'll just leave it up there. Yeah, that one comes in for a strike. Nice pitch there by Carly Rogala. And it's 1-1 to Kiana Amundsen. Kiana Amundsen, her plate appearance ended on a fouled away pitch that both Haley Rogala and Cora Sorter went after. And the runner on 3rd for Barnesville was called for runner interference, which would end the inning and end her at bat. And then on her 2nd trip to the plate, she would strike out swinging. Now it's 2 balls and a strike to Kiana Amundsen. And the pitch, low for ball 3. Once again, Jada, check that. I think we have a courtesy runner on 1st now. Jada Bonchis was the hitter. And I think a courtesy runner came in for her, and it did. Pass ball will allow that courtesy runner to get to 2nd. Actually, it'd be a 4-ball walk, so she would have went to 2nd anyway. So running for Jada Bonchis on 2nd is Macy Pana. And now this is Kaylee Olson at the plate here for the Trojans. They lead 3-0 on the Midwest Bank scoreboard here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 away. And runners on 1st and 2nd. And the pitch, low for a ball and it'll escape. And the runners will advance. Now Barnesville has 2 runners in scoring position.
Hey, plays that 1st now, guys. Plays that 1st. Let's get it.
1-0. Pitch is Gonna miss for a ball, 2-0. Just waiting for that delayed strike call, but it never came. 2 balls, no strikes. And that pitch is a little up high for 3 balls and no strikes. So potentially a pitch away from loading the bases for Lauren Halverson, who is on deck. And Halverson does have a home run this year. It was a 2-run homer to left field in a game against the Perham Yellow Jackets. And now the bases are loaded on a 4-pitch walk. Kaylee Olson on first, Kiana Amundsen on second, Macy Pana on third. So Lauren Halverson will have a chance to really put the nail in the coffin here for Barnesville if she can get a base hit. It's not over, but certainly make things difficult in the bottom half or the top half of the 7th for the Thief River. They can't get out of this bases loaded jam. Swing and a foul tip for a strike going on. Lauren Halverson, a junior. She has at least one more year here. And, well, not at least. That was kind of came out wrong. But we hope she only has 1 year left. And that also kind of sounded not the way I wanted it to. So we'll just move on. Broadcast coverage of Barnesville Winter Sports, proudly brought to you by Halverson Farms. Eat beef. There. Now if he's mad at me, I made up for it. He's not mad at me. He's a good guy. Here's the pitch. 0-1. And it's a little dribbler, and it drops. And the throw home. Safe, and the bases are loaded. On an infield RBI single for Lauren Halverson, and man, that's 3 of them now that have just dribbled along either the first or third base line. For nothing. You could probably say that Halverson reached on an RBI fielder's choice, not necessarily an RBI single because the throw didn't go to first. So it does go into the books as no hit and a fielder's choice that scores a run. Make it 4-0 Barnesville here on the. And will they get another one? They will. Another fielder's choice run. That makes it 5-0 and the bases remain loaded. All right, so now they'll talk it over in the circle here. Make sure that they can get out of this inning without letting any more runs cross the plate. 2 away, bases loaded, and 2 runs have scored on 2 bases loaded fielder choice runs on little blooper hits in the infield. On base is Kaylee Olson on third, Lauren Halverson on second, Katie Newell on first. And it looks like we have a courtesy runner for Newell on first. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Okay, that's right. Let's see here. Who's on second? I believe that's Halverson. Can't see your jersey number. And then over on first. It is indeed Katie Newell. All right, so just had to make sure we had the numbers right there.
Hey, come on, 6, let's do it.
2 away, base is loaded. The batter's Trinity Gregg as we return to the top of the lineup here. 0 for 3, a flyout and 2 strikeouts. 1 swinging, 1 looking. In that order on her 3 trips to the plate here today. And the Prowlers down 5-0 here to Barnesville on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Swing and a miss, strike one. Sam Pesa is on deck if Greg can reach base. No balls and a strike. And the pitch, and that's hit. Grounder to third. Sorter picks it up, fires it over to Hawkins. 1-3 ground out. They'll strand the runners on base, and that will end the inning. Wrong button. Not quite a final yet, but it could be soon. Prowlers have some work to do. 3 outs, they need at least 5 runs, if not 6 or 7 or 8. When we return after this, here in the top of the 7th on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, after this on Magnitude Sports. Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. All right, welcome back. Top of the 7th. Trinity Gregg will toss pitch 99 to start this inning as we hit 1 hour and 30 minutes, time of the ball game. And the scheduled batters are 6, 7, and 8. Carly Rogola, Cora Sorter, and Abby Molstad. For sure, and we'll see, we're going to have to get deeper than Molstad in the lineup if the Prowlers want a chance to crawl their way back into this one. And a hit right to Halverson, unassisted ground out for out number 1. That's the 3rd time that the Prowlers have direct ground out to first. Halverson's had some easy outs today. And that one high to the outside for a ball, 1-0. Cora Sorter, the batter, 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Fly out to the pitcher and a ground out to the pitcher. Two balls and no strikes. And that one right back to Gregg. She'll fire it over to Halverson. Halverson nearly dropped it, but recovered to get the out. 1-3, out number 2. And the last chance now, Abby Molstad, to keep this thing going. Molstad, on her 2 trips to the plate, has been walked both times. And this one popped up and fouled away for a strike, and it's 0-1. If Molstad can reach base, the scheduled batter is Sophia Kramer, and as I glance over, it appears to be her, and it is, yep. She turned her shoulder a little bit so I could see the rest of her jersey number. In for a strike. Nice pitch there by Trinity Gregg. 103, can she finish the game? Or check that, 104. Can she finish the game on 105 pitches? We'll see. She struck out 6 so far. And this one grounded out to second. And the toss to Halverson from Pesa will end the game. And the Barnesville Trojans will pick up the win here against the Thief River Falls Prowlers by the final score of 5-0. 5 runs on 5 hits. No error, or 1 error, for the Prowlers. And they left 6 on base. For the Prowlers, no runs on 3 hits. 1 error for Barnesville, and they left a total of 5 on base. Time of the game, 1 hour and 32 minutes. That'll wrap it up. We'll come back and select your Pitchfork Player of the Game after this break here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back. All right, welcome back. And the Barnesville Trojans meet out in right field after a 5-0 victory over the Thief River Falls Prowlers once again. Time of the game, 1 hour and 32 minutes. Barnesville gets a run in the bottom of the first. It would remain 1-0 till the bottom of the fourth, and Barnesville would get another run to make it 2-0. They'd tack on one more in the bottom of the fifth to make it 3-0, and tack on two more in the bottom of the sixth to make it 5-0. So they did not score in the second and third. Otherwise, they put a run across the plate in every inning except the second and the third as we bring up our final score once again here. Barnesville 5 and Thief River Falls 0. And taking a look at our line score here, or not our line score, but our scorecard, it would be Haley Regala striking out. Natalie Novak would reach on a walk, steal second, and then she would advance to third on a flyout. Check that, on DOT4. I'm not sure what that stands for. Either that or I can't read my writing, one of the two. Well, she reached third at some point, and then Abby Floggen would fly out. Olivia Hawkins would reach on a walk and steal second. And then Paige Green would strike out for the third out of the inning, and that would end the top half of the first. Trinity Gregg would fly out to right. Sam Peso would reach on a single. Lexi Ballgreen would reach on a single. That pushed Peso up to third after she stole second. And then Anna Stanford would reach on a single. And then Jada Bonchus would strike out, and Kiana Amundsen would, her at-bat would come to an end on a runner interference at third on a pop-out to foul territory that both third baseman and the shortstop for Thief River were unable to make a play on due to the runner on third with the interference. Unintentional interference, but runner interference nonetheless. And that would end the first inning of play. Top of the second, Carly Rogala would fly out to the first baseman. Cora Sorter would fly out to the pitcher. Pop out, fly out. Abby Molstad would reach on a walk and then steal second. Sophie Kramer would strike out looking for the third out of the inning, and that would end the top half of the second. To the bottom of the second, Kaylee Olsen would strike out. Laura Halverson would fly out to the second baseman. And then there was a bat out of order out that was assigned, so only two players batted in the second inning for, and I'm not exactly sure how that occurred without going back to look on the tape. But as you hear some cheering there, as the JV team is still playing, we can give you a quick look here at the Prowlers as they meet in the outfield, and now we'll get you some action from the JV game here for you, as we go through the rest of our post-game show. So we don't know who the players are or what the score is, but you can watch the remainder of that JV game as we go through our post-game show here. And so we'd go to the top of the third, and Haley Rogala would pop out to the shortstop. Natalie Novak would top out to the second baseman, and then Abby Floggen would ground out unassisted to first base to end the top of the third. Go to the bottom of the third. Katie Newell would ground out to the pitcher on a 1-3 for the first out. Trinity Gregg would strike out on 3 pitches for the second out. Sam Peso would pop out to the second baseman, Floggen, for the third out, and that would end the bottom of the third. We'd go to the top of the fourth, and Olivia Hawkins would reach base on a single. Paige Green would fly out to the shortstop. Carly Rogala would strike out, and that would end the top half of the fourth. To the bottom of the fourth, Lexi Ballgreen would reach on a single, steal second, and then reach third on a play, and then steal second, and then steal third, and then she scored on a pass ball during an Anna Stanford at bat. When Anna Stanford would ground out on a 1-3 eventually after that. Jada Bonchus also grounded out on a 1-3 back to the pitcher. Kiana Amundsen would strike out, and that would end the fourth inning of play. We'd go to the fifth inning, and it would be Cora Sorta grounding out to the pitcher on a 1-3. Abby Molstad would reach base on a walk. Then she would get to second on a single by Sophie Kramer, which would be the first hit of the game at that point for the Prowlers. And then we'd go back to the top of the order. Haley Rogala would strike out on an unassisted ground out to first by Natalie Novak to end the top half of the fifth. To go to the bottom of the fifth, it was I believe a 1-2-3 inning here for. No, it wasn't. No, that was an earlier inning. Kaylee Olsen in the bottom of the fifth would reach base on a walk. Lauren Halverson would ground out on a little dribbler down the third base line that we picked up by Kramer, the catcher for the Prowlers. She'd fire it up to Hawkins at first for the 2-3 throw out for out number one in the top of the fifth, excuse me. And then, bottom of the fifth, excuse me. Katie Newell would reach base on an error that would advance her teammate over to third to put runners on the corners. And then Trinity Gregg would strike out, and Sam Pesa would strike out for outs 2 and 3 to end the fifth inning of play. Going to the top of the sixth, it was Abby Flogan reaching base on a single. She would get tagged out on an attempted trip to second base. And then Olivia Marissa Nadeau would step into the batting lineup, and she would ground out on an unassisted line drive to third that resulted in a double play. So it wasn't a tag out. It was the double play because it was the line drive to Halverson, and Flogan had taken off from first, and then Halverson caught the ball and stepped on the bag for the bang-bang double play, and then Paige Green would strike out for out number 3 to end the top half of the sixth. Going to the bottom of the sixth, it was a big inning for Barnesville. It started with Lexi Ballgreen grounded out to short on a 6-3. Anna Stanford grounded out to second on a 4-3 for outs 1 and 2. And then Jada Bonchus would reach base on a single. Kiana Amundsen would reach base on a walk. Kaylee Olsen would reach base on a walk, and that would load the bases. And then Lauren Halverson would score a run on a fielder's choice as she would reach base. And then on the very next batter, Katie Newell would also reach on a fielder's choice that scored a run. And then Trinity Gregg would step up to the plate and ground out to the third baseman for the final out to end the sixth inning of play. Go to the top of the seventh, an unassisted ground out by Carly Rogala to first, a 1-3 ground out to the pitcher by Cora Sorter for out number 2, and then Trinity Gregg would end it on a strikeout on Abby Molstad to bring us to our final of 5-0 in favor of Barnesville. Once again, your unofficial line score: Barnesville 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 Thief River Falls error, and a total of 6 left on base. For the Thief River Falls Prowlers, 3 runs on, or no runs on 3 hits, 1 Barnesville error, and they left a total of 5 on base. Once again, your player of the game, or your time of the game, 1 hour and 32 minutes. And speaking of your player of the game, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and select that player of the game right after this message from the Pitchfork here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. If I can find the right button. All right, welcome back. That's the JV game we have on in the background for you here as we wrap up our post-game show for the varsity game. Once again, your final score in the varsity game: the Barnesville Trojans 5 and the Thief River Falls Prowlers 0. Time now to select a Pitchfork player of the game, and looking at the stats, it's going to be a really hard decision. It's a lot of even play for pretty much all the members of the team for the Barnesville Trojans here. Trinity Gregg 0 for 4. Sam Pesa 1 run, 1 hit on 3 plate appearances with her 4 single. Lexi Ballgreen with 1 run and 2 hits for 2 singles. Anna Stanford no runs on a hit, 1 single, and drove in a run. Lauren Halverson no runs on 3 plate appearances but drove in a run and got credit for an RBI on a fielder's choice. Same with Katie Newell, got credit for a run on a fielder's choice. And really, nothing really stands out significantly on the stat sheet. But if we had to go with somebody here, trying my very best to make sure that I pick the right player of the game here, because it could go like one of 4 different ways here. Let's see here as I dig deeper into the stat book. Go with Lexi Ballgreen. She had 1 run, 2 hits for 2 singles, and 2 stolen bases. And those 2 stolen bases is really kind of what separated her from the rest of her teammates in the stat book. But like I said, that's a really hard player of the game to pick. But the Pitchfork player of the game, we're going to give it to Lexi Ballgreen. 3 plate appearances, 3 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits for 2 singles. Batted .667 and had 2 stolen bases in this ball game here in the 5-0 win for Barnesville. So that's going to wrap it up. Once again, your final score, 5-0 in favor of Barnesville on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Don't forget, Thursday we'll be live with Barnesville Trojans and the Ottertail Central Bulldogs for baseball, and we'll be tape delayed unless we can figure out a solution for the internet for Barnesville and Norman County East Ulen Hitterdal. And both of those games on Thursday, one here, one at Reed Field down the street here in Barnesville. And then you can check our schedule at msportsnet.com/schedule to find out our other game broadcast as well coming up here this week and for the remainder of the regular season here on Magnitude Sports. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, your final score, 5-0. We'll be back on Thursday here in Barnesville for more softball and baseball on Magnitude Sports. Have a great night.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/.